guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. I'm going to move my camera just a little bit. Let me see if I can. That's not good either. Let me see. Just trying to find a spot to set my camera. You can see a little bit better. That's a little better. Okay, you guys, I got you going. I got you going. Hello, hello, hello. We're going to be putting together some sourdough, and we also have some other things to put together in the kitchen. So I thought I'd just roll the film. So I'm trying out a new camera, and it's sitting here. It's charged all night, but it's sitting here blinking red on me. So I don't know if it's going to keep up with me or it's not. So we're just going to kind of roll with it, okay? So what we're going to be doing is putting together some sourdough. So I have my scale here because the recipe that I'm following is in grams. So we're set at 0. So we need 500 grams of bread flour. I know I seem like I'm really far away, but some of my ingredients are like right here. So we need 500 grams of flour. And I'm just going to use regular unbleached white flour this time. Usually I try to, I'm all out of buckwheat flour, which I like to use. And for bread, I don't know how good almond flour does. But I want to master this recipe, so I'm just going to go with regular flour today, I think, until I can get stocked up on some better flour. So I don't like using only white flour, though. I really don't like it. I like using something a little bit healthier. And since we're on the subject of bread, I want to tell you that the last few days I have been going through an allergic reaction to some bread I ate. So that is what's inspired me to make my own. And what did I say? 500 grams. Yeah, we're getting close. I almost went to the emergency room on Monday night. I really was having a hard time. I ate some bread that was manufactured in a plant that also does, yeah, my other camera went off, so I'm just here today on this, on my iPhone. But anyway, I ate some bread, and I had been eating it all along, but I've been staying away from bread, so I've only been eating little bits of it. But towards like Sunday night, we were really in a hurry, so I had 2 slices of sourdough bread that was manufactured in a, also manufactures sesame seed. I'm highly allergic to sesame seed, and I thought I was going to die. I was burnt from the inside of my esophagus all the way down. My stomach was rumbling and just, oh, I had this horrific gas coming up and just gas below. And I was bloated out to here. I mean, I just was like in misery. And my heart was pounding like crazy because when I go through an allergic reaction, it always does that, where it really starts pounding really fast and hard. And so I was just like, oh my gosh, trying everything to like calm down and to get through it. So it took me about, yesterday was the first day. Yesterday was Friday. It was the first day that I actually had energy and I actually felt that I could do something. My head was just like so cloudy. I had this headache, and I didn't eat for like 2 days, for like 24 hours, and then I finally ate a little something, and then I went another 24 hours, and then I finally ate another little something, and I was just, but enough about me. So we're here to kind of help solve the problem. And from now on, I'm not buying bread out, and I'll buy it for my husband, but I'm not eating it. I'm going to be making strictly my own stuff. Now, when I was really dieting and I lost the 40-some pounds, I was counting calories, and I was really focused on my health. I've been so busy that I've been focused on everybody else's stuff and everything for everybody else. And now I'm getting back to, I have to be able to master my own bread, make my own bread. I'm going to be making some sourdough, and I'm going to be making some potato, what do you want to call it? Like pita bread, like potato, a regular potato one, and then a sweet potato one. I only have one sweet potato, so it won't be a big, huge, but it does still make a lot. It makes like 12 or so, or we'll see how many we get, because I do have a small potato, so I shouldn't say how many it's going to make, because I do have a small sweet potato. But we're going to be making that, and if we get to do anything else, we'll do that, depending on how the cameras work and react. So I'm just trying to get used to one of these little Insta 360 Go Pro thing camera, and I got it downloaded finally into my phone. I finally got it to accept it, and for some reason when I turn it on, it wants to turn right back off again. But I put it through a lot today. I worked on it for 2 hours last night trying to get it programmed. I downloaded the wrong app. They looked similar, labeled the same, and anyway, so I did finally get it, and it accepted it. And now I think I just have to charge it, because I really put it through a lot of, it was on charge while it was on, I plugged into my phone and all of that good stuff. So enough about what's going on here. So we're gonna go ahead and start our sourdough. So we do have our 500 milligrams of bread flour. Now I'm going to reset the scale. So if any of you are not used to doing the scale, you want to reset the scale to 0 again. So it'll go to 0. I'm going to get a measure cup, and we need some warm water. We need 350 grams of, I don't know why they put it in grams, but they did. 350 grams of water. So we're going to do that, which should be about fine. It should be fine. So let's run our water. Let's get it. And then I also have some potatoes. I don't know if I'll get a chance to take you outside or not, but I have some potatoes, and I'm going to show you one of these. This is one. These were at my apartment rental, at my Airbnb, and someone left them there. And the other people that moved in full time, they had these potatoes sitting there, and I'd go over there and clean every week. And these potatoes were sitting there, and I finally left a note after like months. These were going on months. After months, I finally left a note, and I said, hey, I said, I'm not sure whose potatoes those are, but if you're going to just throw those away, go ahead and do that, or I could plant them if you want. If you want to save them for me, I'll come back again and plant them. And so they said, go ahead and plant them. So I think it was from a guy that was there before their friend, and then the friend left and got a job somewhere else, so he left. And so then these other two guys moved in, and they didn't know whose potatoes they were, but they were definitely not mine. And so anyway, we got it sorted out. We got the potatoes home now, and we cleaned this last weekend. And so I'm going to hopefully go out and dig some little row and be able to plant those. Let me get some water. I don't want it too hot, but I want it pretty warm. Trying to get the right temperature, sorry. All right, we're going to go with that. All right, so we want 350. So we're on 0. So we're going to pour this in here at 350. I hope this is right when they went with grams. I think it is. Very close. 1 dot. 2 dots. 3. Oh, perfect. I got it. All right, so we have the water. That was 50 grams of bread flour and 350 grams of water. And now I need 100 grams of sourdough. 100 grams of sourdough. It also calls for some nuts and some seeds, but since I have problems, we are not going to be doing that nuts and seed thing. We are skipping that for a while. I don't know. I gotta bring some other wooden spoons out to my kitchen. So this is the sourdough. It was a really bubbly last night when I fed it. Today it doesn't seem so, but it should be good. Okay, so we need, what'd I say? 100 grams of starter. Okay, let's put this back on. Sorry, let's get it to 0 again. Sourdough smells so good. You know, some sourdoughs, you open it up and it doesn't smell very good. So what I've done, I've had this going probably for about 10 days, 9 or 10 days. And I had it on my counter and I kept feeding it every day. You feed it as, how much ever flour you give it. You know, if you give it a tablespoon of flour, you want to give it a tablespoon of water. You want to give it equal amounts to make starter. So I had this going, and then I know that I got busy. And then we had gotten some little chicks, and then we've been taking care of them, and it's just been so busy around here. And so I went ahead and I set it in the fridge for a couple days, because they said that if you don't want to feed it, put it in the fridge. So I put it in the fridge, and it got this little, almost like an oil type little line on it. And if you're familiar with sourdough, you know how it divides, it separates. And so then I took it out last night. And then I fed it last night, and I said, well, it should be good to go tomorrow for the sourdough. So we're going to go ahead and attempt this. So you can see the bubbles in there. I stirred it now. It's kind of down, but there are some. I don't know. I don't want to spill it. There are some bubblies in there. So we're going to go ahead and do, it seems very thin. I don't know why. We're going to go ahead and do 100 gram. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. We're at 101. Perfect. That's fine. Okay. And I put my thing in the dishwasher for my spoon, so we're just going to kind of lean it there. It's probably going to drip. And then we'll put the lid back halfway on this now, but we might make some scones. I'm going to see if we have enough time. So we have that, and then it says nuts or seeds. Now, if I put anything in here, it would be cashews, and I think I'm pretty much all out right now. That's 150 grams of nuts and seeds you could add to this, but I would like to make it a little healthier. So what could I add 150 grams of? That would, let me see. I'm going to see if I have some raisins. Let me see if I have some raisins. I might add some raisins to it. I love raisin bread. And it doesn't need to be the whole, well, I'll just go with it. I forgot to reset it. How they always stick in the bottom of the box. Just a few. They're good for you too. A little fiber. Any way to beef it up to where it's a little healthier. I mean, the sourdough, of course, is healthier, but white flour is not really. At least it's an unbleached. We're at 44. That's good enough. I'd say that's good enough. Okay. Let's just start stirring it with this. Let's take it off of here. Yeah, and this is just a little scale from Amazon, you know. I'm not promoting anything like, you know, other products or whatever. I promote my own stuff on the description. We sell wine. Actually, let me show you. We have wine right here. I cleaned off my shelves and I put all the wine and dishes away and just kind of like decorated a little bit. And then, but we have different wines that we sell. We have this one. We have that one we sell on our website. We have so many different ones. This one, Fieldhouse Zinfandel Stout and Cellar / Iton wine. We have that one. We have so many delicious wines that we sell. And this one. Chardonnay. Delicious. There's so much. And we have red wines and my bottles need. We have red wines and all kinds of wines that we sell. And I don't drink wine much anymore, so I really have to watch it so I don't indulge. Once in a great while, if I'm really celebrating something, then I do. Oh, it looks like a nice consistency. Before I get my hands in here, I'm going to wash my hands because I just dusted off those bottles with my hands. I don't want that in my bread. But you can tell by the consistency that it looks amazing. Look at that. Let me rinse my hands. Get some little alcohol on my hands. Get rid of any germs. Okay. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So we're going to, I'm just kind of in duds today because I have so many little projects I want to do. And so I just put on some clothes that are not good, you know, just, I call them duds. That way I can do, I'm working on laundry too. I have one blanket yet from the apartment to, even though they're long-term renters, I go in there every other week and I clean for them. So, you know, you got 2 guys in there. But they are really good guys. They keep the place really nice. And we may have to add more flour because it seems a little sticky. We'll see how this gets us going. Get some flour on the bottom here. Dust it all around. Come on. Come on. We did you exactly. You should not be needing anything, right? You shouldn't need anything. Scrape that off the bottom. I hate to get my other hand in there. I'm probably going to have to here pretty soon. And then, and then we're going to cover and let rest. And I might make up the scone batter while we're at it. We won't get baking this or anything today, but we'll get it started and get it ready. I think I'm going to need a little more flour. I hate to open up my container. Should have left it open. Yeah, my darn camera is like the other one. All right, let's move this. We're going to get everything all junked up after I cleaned everything yesterday. We're going to get a little more flour because it shouldn't be that sticky. It lifts the bowl up. Okay, let's see what we got. Come on, off the fingers, off the fingers, off the fingers. Yes, 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 yes. Come on, and get incorporated there. getting pretty good. A little more flour. Got lost a bit. Oh, now this is getting... I think before when I was kneading a little bit too hard. Oh, did it end up in the bowl? I guess it did. I didn't see exactly where it went, but... There, that's nice. Now that is making a nice dough. Get this off me as much as I can. Come on. All right, get incorporated. That's right, get incorporated. We're just gonna knead a little bit here. Get it all mixed up nice. All that flour incorporated. Some on the bottom there. There we go. Okay. We're going to get some plastic film. We're going to get this still a little wet. There, I like that much better. Just kind of want to stretch it, fold it, stretch it, fold it. All right, enough. And then we're going to go ahead and get some plastic film. And then we're going to plastic film that. And then we're going to also do maybe put together our scones. And they're also sourdough. So we'll do that. And then we got to do our potatoes. We got to... I had all fresh flowers last week. Some of my flower arrangements are really getting bad. I have to get me all new flowers. I still have some roses that are still holding out a little bit, but they are getting bad. Okay, we'll do our scones here. Oh, we need plastic. Plastic, dear, plastic. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Stick when it gets so floury. We'll put that there. We'll get a fresh towel. Fresh towel for that. I'm just gonna put one of these little, I bought these brand new ones. They come in a package of like 6 or so cotton little towel. Okay, so we're gonna put that over there. Okay, next we're going to find the recipe for our, let me see here, for our I love writing recipes. Sourdough waffles, biscuits, cheesecake mousse. We're this way somewhere. I just saw you. Quinoa crackers. I'd love to try those too. Where the heck are you? Biscuits, pita. I don't know why this thing has been making noise like that. Scones. Scones. That's not the recipe though. It's written differently. Okay. Why is that making such a huge noise? It doesn't say anything about, like, maybe we need to clean it. What the heck? Sourdough bread? Where are the scones? I just saw that. Well, me, I might have wrote it in between. Back. One more time. Sourdough bread. Yes, we did that. Got it. Pita bread biscuits. Waffles. Baked oatmeal. Scones and then blade. I don't have heavy cream, but I do have half and half. I don't have vanilla. But we could make it with almond. But there was a different one that was with lemon. What did I do with it? Gelatin, cake. Well, we'll go with this scone one if I can't find it, but it was just right here. Well, let's go with this scone. Okay, this one is not in. I'm about ready just to go with the blueberries now. Blueberry muffins. Oh, shoot. Because the other one was made with sourdough. Sourdough, let me see. I think this was the waffle one I wrote. That's waffle, cinnamon waffle. No, that's not it. It has to be in this book. I just read it before I started the video. I'm taking too much time with this. I know. I know. I thought that thing was leaking for a minute. Puff pastry, and pita bread biscuits. I wrote it at the same time. Same time. That is amazing that it's not here. It is weird as all get out. Well. So we're going to make, and I don't think I have brown sugar. Heck with it. We're going to make the blueberry muffins. Hope I have enough blueberries. I think I might. How much blueberries actually? 5 cups of blueberries? Holy, I don't want to make that big of a recipe. No way. That cannot be right. That's a lot. Okay, let's do the scones, but let's see what we have, if we have all of the ingredients or not. Okay, so the scones are 2 cups of flour. So for the scones, I'm going to, all right, I'll use the regular flour, I guess. I don't like to use that, but we will. We need, keep looking at the wrong recipe, so make sure I don't get mixed up. Okay, we need 2 cups of flour. And I'm going to put it in this bowl, but now we don't need the weight scale. We need a measuring cup. Yeah. It's nice and sunny out today, but it's 53 degrees, so it's still kind of crispy cold. Still cold out. Okay, 2 cups of flour. And I'm gonna go check if I'm gonna do 1 cup of this. Let me check if I have any other flour I could use, so it makes it a little healthier. I like using this white flour. I got a little too much. Just a tad. Perfect. So we got 1 cup of flour in that. Let me see if I have any other healthier flour in my little stash over here. Let's see what we have. We got flax meal seeds. Nope. I'm all out. I am all out of healthy flour. I have to make a Thrive Market order so bad. Okay, so we'll go with that. And then we'll also go with, oh, sheesh. How much? Down here. Also go with some almond flour. Now, almond flour is a little different, so it doesn't like bind together real good like a regular flour. So you have to not use a whole lot of it, I don't think. But this time we're gonna do our 1 cup. So we can cut the, add a little protein. 1 cup. So we have our 2 cups of flour. Okay. Give this a good stir. It's got the little thing in there that keeps it so it doesn't get moist. Alright. Good enough. Okay, so we have our 2 flours, 2 cups of flour, and a 1/4 cup of light brown sugar. See if I have any sugar-free. Light brown sugar. Light brown sugar. Cacao, kefir, sparkles, blueberry, shiitakes. No brown. Let me see my pantry. I think I might have a little bit of brown sugar. Hey, hey, brown sugar. Hey, hey, brown sugar. And I also put my other sugar in here. Okay, we're all out of brown sugar too. I should be making a list what to order. And we need a spoon. Here's a spoon. Sorry for my reach. This is getting hard. And 1/4 cup, that's not much. Not much. 1/4 cup. That's a call it a good. Sugar's getting old. I need to replace all that. Let's see by the date, but sugar's sugar. It'll be fine. I've never heard this before. And then we need 1½ teaspoon of baking powder. 1½ teaspoon of baking powder. Butter, 2 butter, 1/2 cup, 1 stick. Okay, we're gonna put this and get it soft. Oh, it says cold and cubed. Oh yeah, and this is the one that we have to shred it. 1.5 teaspoon baking powder. Let me grab that. Baking powder, where are you? Where are you? Teaspoon. Half a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon. And a teaspoon. So we're going to do a whole teaspoon. Make sure. 1.5. Yep. One. I'm going to do a little half. I hate when you have baked goods. That's a good half. And you can taste the baking powder in it. Ugh, it's just like such a turn off, right? It's like, we don't want it like that. We want it nice and good. Brown sugar, baking soda, cold butter, half a cup of heavy cream. And I told you I don't have heavy cream, but this is part of heavy cream. This is half and half. So we're just going to go with this. And we need a half a cup. I think they'll still turn out fine because I remember using just regular milk before and they turned out fine. Regular. Okay. And then we don't have vanilla, so we're going to be making these almond flour, which will be good because it's the almond flour in there anyway. So perfect, right? And then we'll mix a little bit of blueberry. So we got to get our grater, and we need some almond flavoring, almond extract. Find that baby. I piled a bunch of stuff in here yesterday when I cleaned out my shelf. So, oh, what's this? Well, that's coffee flavored. Nah, we don't want coffee. Let me see here. Strawberry. We don't want strawberry because we're adding blueberries. What's this? Almond extract. Okay. And how much? We need a half a teaspoon. So we'll do half of this. Doesn't seem like much. We're going to do it just a little more. Oh, does that smell good? So, oh, delicious. I think I love that smell more than I do vanilla. We have our cream. You can get back out of the way for now. We're just gonna get these blended up first, and then we'll worry about. I have to use you. Sorry for the noise. We're gonna get a grater, and we're gonna grate this in there. I don't want my recipe book. Okay, we don't need water. Should we set that aside? What else? What else? What else? Blueberries. Let's see how many we have. Oh, what's it called for? Got a little bit. Half a cup. Oh, we'll make it, you guys. We will just make it. We are just going to make that. Yay! I took fish out for tonight, so we're going to have some flounder. I'm going to let them sit here for now and drain. And then we're going to get a little shredder. We're going to shred that butter. And make sure it's the whole stick. Butter, cold, half a cup. And one stick is a half a cup. Make sure. Yep. We're going to do the little grating here. Gorgeous baking when there's some sunshine out there. My yard is still a mess. winter thing blown over. Looks like cheese, but it's butter. Looks like cheese, but it's butter. Starting to melt in my hand. Oh, I don't want to stick this down in there, but it's getting to my hand. See, I don't do this very often over a bowl. I hate when it gets real small. It's like, I don't want to chop my finger. Do it nice and slow. I was watching some videos last night. Oh my goodness. You know, I love making the videos, and hopefully eventually I'll do well enough where I can start like promoting other products and actually making money from YouTube. That would be freaking awesome. That would be my full-time job. I would love that if I had more subscribers and I had people that really loved watching me. But that would be so much fun. But I was watching some people yesterday, and you know, you love watching their videos and what they're making and all that, but it's just every little segment or every little chance they get, it's just, they're just pumping out that marketing material, you know. Do you want to buy these tops and go on this site and that site and this is this, and you know, there was a lady last night, she was trying on clothes, but instead of like making it like pleasant, you know, like she'll try on one outfit and really settle down and tell all about it, the description and the lightweight and the content and, you know, all this stuff. No, she did a little, but then she just went from one dress to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. And it's like, holy cow, I didn't even know I wanted to get one of those little tops. She had a cute little top she showed last night. It was like a butter yellow, like this color yellow. Cute as can be. It was real thin cotton, and it had a rounded collar, and then it had like a little tie that you could cinch up the neckline. You know, it had like a little tie, and it was really lightweight, and it was cute. It was, I think, like a cap sleeve on it. It was adorable. It would be really cute for summertime. But she went so fast, and of course, you know, they got everything listed in the description, and go here and go there, and they'll walk you through, you know, and all that stuff. But, yeah, I just, oh my goodness. So let me start it off with this here. This should be fine. Get this going a little. Got all of our ingredients in here except for our blueberry. Look at that, it's coming together. Nice. Yeah, when you make pie dough, this is almost like making pie dough, where you use the cold butter and you use the ice. You use ice cold water, making your pie dough. I love making pie dough. So fun. I love making dough, as you can see. And it shows right around my belly. But I've been so good about staying away. And after that episode, I don't ever want to feel like that again. And I tell you, I'm like, I have to know what's in my stuff. I have to make my own stuff. I cannot have another allergy attack like that. It almost sent me to the hospital. I was so close to going to the hospital. I struggled through it. And I'm going through this, and my husband goes and makes buttons. And I'm like, you're a lot of help, or a lot of like, what do you call it? Like, moral support, you know? I can't make this stuff up. I wish I could, but I can't make this stuff up. The life my husband leads. Getting quite a workout today. All right, I'm going to get my hands in there now. We're really going to get this thing. Oh, it's a nice dough. It's nice. All right, we got our flavoring in there. I didn't miss anything, right, you guys? And you're sitting back there saying, you're the one reading the recipe. You tell us. So I'll tell you my other little episode today. So yesterday, I went and I did my little chicks. You know, you got to be fed and watered every day. You got to really watch them. They got a red light on them. They're kind of like in an incubator type thing. And so I went out there yesterday, like say 2:30 or so like that. And I went out there and their bedding was wet and they had no water. And I'm like, oh my gosh, these little chickens are like drinking that much water. I put enough in there that should last 24 hours. You know, one of those big things that you fill up and they just take a little drink at a time. This is a little wet, but I'm just going to leave it alone because I don't want to drown it down with, I don't know. It came together pretty good, so I'm just going to leave it alone. And then I'm going to set it aside. I'm going to put some film on this one too. Anyway, they didn't have any water, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So I went outside and take the hose way down away from our property, kind of like, and then get it all clean, filled back up, take it in there. And then I go in there like, when my husband came home like 2 hours later, again, no water. Oh, I forgot to put the blueberries in. No wonder it's missing. See, you guys got to keep me on track. That's why I film. You guys have to keep me on track. And we didn't measure. We're going to blend these into it. Okay. And let me read and see if it says anything about refrigerating this or anything. This is awfully, awfully wet. It has a glaze that you put over the top. Need vanilla for that. I'm going to go to the store. Scones. Oh, it smells so good. Brown sugar, brown sugar. We got everything. I might do just a little more flour just because I know what it should feel like. Blueberries in there. Oh, now we're talking. Now we are talking. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. That's the way. Okay. So excited. Okay, I'm so glad we got these mixed up. We got our sourdough. We have some blueberry muffins to go. At least I'll have a little something I can have, which I probably shouldn't have, but you know, you just want a little treat. At least it's not all preservatives. Okay, we're going to cover this up and we'll run these later. I'll bake these off tonight when my husband falls asleep, which is 10 minutes after he gets in the door. I don't mean to be so hard on my husband. And I'm going to set these, over here so I don't forget them over here in the corner. And I'm going to move this one too. I'm going to put it over here. I don't want it to get funky from the sunshine coming in that window. Okay, I think we're going to pitch that. We're going to wash this stuff. We're going to get rid of this. All right. Then, get rid of all of this. Get these two first. And then I got one more bowl out here. And I've made this sweet potato flatbread on my video 1 or 2 times before. So you can go back and find the sweet potato flatbread video. It should be on there. So we're going to wipe this down, wash our 2 potatoes, and then we're going to put these into some dough, make some dough out of them, and then I'm going to go plant my potatoes. put our almond, put this back, and this we'll put the lid on because we were going to make the sourdough ones, but what the heck happened to that? After the video, and I sit there and write another recipe tonight. I'll find the doggone. Alright, let me get this back in shape. So my kitchen isn't all tore up. And we need a peeler. Wipe down. And a wipe down. Yes, and a wipe down. There we go. Okay, so nothing else. Battery. Recording stopped. Maybe it was recording all that time. I don't know. Get that flour up. Gets stuck, you know. Make sure it's nice and clean. I really need to cure this again. I have this stuff. I just need time to just do it. It looks real light colored again, and that needs a little cured. Okay, perfect. All right. Let's see what we got. We're going to start off with the sweet potato. Well, let me that's what I'm supposed to do. No wonder. I'm supposed to put these in a microwave. Sorry. I almost got on a different track. Oh my goodness. I tried to do too much. Too many irons in the fire. My husband's worn off on me. Always trying to do too much. Let's say 5 minutes. Yeah, let's go. 5 minutes. That'll give us time for a nice little reading. So then we're just going to be able to mush it. I won't need this. Mush it into, or with a fork into the bowl. Add flour. And that's really basically all that is to it. So we'll do that. Fork. Okay. I have a little reading here today. It is from Jobs 38:7, which inspired this. And it says, I joyfully declare my oneness in spirit with all humankind. Today is the very moment, is the perfect time to renew my sense of oneness with all humankind. I began by closing my eyes and seeing neighbor helping neighbor in times of need. I envision children laughing and playing together in perfect harmony. I picture caring people from every nation holding hands, encircling the earth. I see each person allowing God to speak through them, through him or her, so that love and compassion resigns. I can never say that word. I give thanks for the opportunity to be a loving brother and sister to those closest to me, as well as to those in the farthest reaches of the world. I know there is no separation between us, no boundaries or barrier that the love of God cannot overcome. Renewed in spirit and filled with thoughts of love, I declare my oneness in spirit with all humankind. All the heavenly beings shouted for joy. Jobs 38:7. Isn't that nice? That is so nice. Very nice. I've been thinking about, that's really weird that I would read that reading, because I've been thinking about my neighbor all morning. She had company last night, and she, her brother's going through a hard time, a medical hard time. And so I hope everything is fine. I want to pray for her, you know, that everything is okay and she is okay and all of that good stuff, because she is such a sweet, nice person, nice friend. And we want everyone to be safe and healthy and all of that. So yesterday I got these really big, I got one delivery. I'm waiting for some other delivery. I'll open it with you guys. And it is, I bought some little, what did I buy? I bought some clothes. But anyway, I bought these, I was telling you before how my closet is just really jam-packed. It's like a 6-foot closet, and it's got just jam-packed full of dresses and jumpers and pants and sweaters and stuff some of it I haven't even opened yet. And it is just jam-packed, and I cannot see when I want to go somewhere. I can't find clothes. I just have to kind of like wear whatever falls out at me, right? So maybe you're in this predicament too, you know? So what we're going to do, my next video, what we're going to do is we're going to go in there and we're going to clean everything out, take everything out. I did this last year, put it all on the bed and figure out what I can put back in that closet. I think I want to keep pants down here. So I'm going to keep my pants down here. So that way, if I have only pants and skirts down here, I can use the top bar and the bottom bar. So it should be amazing having that much space just for pants. But however, I got these really long fabric with a zipper storage things that will fit underneath my bed upstairs. So I bought 4 of them. They come in 4. And so I'm going to take all of my sweaters, all of my winter, like maybe like little vests and jackets that are soft, you know what I mean? Like softy, like sweatery type material, whatever. And I'm going to roll all those up and I'm going to put them in those containers. That will free me up for summertime anyway. And so I'll have all of my sweaters underneath my bed up there. That will be so nice to have them all in one location. And then I have to figure out a place where, excuse me, where I'm going to put my dresses. So I have a whole bunch of dresses. I have a small closet in the room up there, but right now it's full of picture albums. Why do we keep so much stuff? I have no idea. Speaking of stuff, I also filled my car, the back of my car, cleaned out part of my pantry yesterday, and now I just have to go through the canned goods yet to read all the labels and all the dates on there. But I got rid of all the boxes and all the cereals, all the stuff that was no good. I got rid of all of that stuff. And I got rid of a rotisserie, 2 rotisseries. One you use outside, one you use inside. But I have another one brand new in a box. So, like, why would I need the other one? Like, my husband is always buying all this stuff like we're going to have these big, huge parties or something. I'm not doing that anymore. You know? I'm just not. So, I took one to the resale shop, filled my car. I cleaned my art room out like 2 weeks ago, and I still had that yarn sitting on my front porch. Boxes and boxes of yarn. You know, and I've sold a lot of yarn before on eBay and done all this stuff, and I am just not in the mood to sell like that right now. Maybe later on, but not right now. I just donated all of it. So I'm really happy that I did that. So now I'm thinking I can maybe clean out all of those photo albums and put them back in my art room closet, and then have that space in there that I can put all my dresses in. But that thing is only, but if it's only dresses, it's only probably, I'd say maybe 3 or 4 foot long. The closet is not very big. So I know I have a lot of dresses. And then I might buy another little rolling rack, which I have commercial rolling racks, but I don't want to take up that much space in the little bedroom that I lay up there, and I do my computers up there, and I do my Bible journaling up there, peace and quiet and stuff. But anyway, I don't want to do all that, you know. So I don't know. Let's get our potatoes. Let's see what's going on. And then my husband, he wants to keep everything, hold on to everything. And I'm like, You know, if you want to move, how can you hold on to everything and you want to move? You're going to wait till you're 90 years old to move or what? I'm going to have to let these cool a little bit. They're super, super hot. So then what we're going to do is we're just going to take the insides of this sweet potato and put it in the bowl. And then we're going to add flour until it gets to a nice consistency. No, you could salt it if you want to, but I don't use salt. To a nice consistency. And then I might get some rosemary. We might use some rosemary in these. And then, you know, you could add a little cheese if you wanted to. But we're going to be frying those on the, not right now, but I'll do these tonight. But we're going to be frying them on the stove. No oil, no butter, no nothing. You just fry them on a cast iron, like a little griddle type. I have a round little griddle that has only a lip on it, about, you know, maybe a ½ inch or so, 3/4. And so we're going to be, you know, frying them on there, just enough to get them the top brown, and then we flip them over, and then the other side brown, and then we put them on a dry dish towel, and then just let them dry and cool it down. And then what I do is I pack them up, and then I put them in a Ziploc, and then I put them in the freezer. And then when I want some sort of a bread type thing, like all of this bread stuff that I'm making, it's not going to sit out and I'm just going to keep munching off of it all day. No, I'm going to be slicing in the bread after it's done. I'm going to be putting it in the freezer, and then when I want to slice, I pull it out. I have my own bread. But no, I could not leave that stuff sit out. I don't know about you guys, but no, I can't do that. And because I love baked goods too much, and I would just be 3 times as big as I am. So this morning I had 3 scrambled eggs, and I made them in the microwave. They were like a souffle. They were like poofed up. They were, you know, of course they get a little dried out, but it was quick. When I got back from going to get a brand new hose this morning at 9 o'clock, I was at the store getting a brand new hose because my husband left the hose plugged in all winter long, and I told him that faucet is going to break. Sure enough, the faucet that we used yesterday, it cracked. Told you, it cracked, and now it's leaking inside the porch. I told him this was going to happen, but hey, he doesn't believe me until after the fact, and then there you go. Now he's got that. He's got to call a guy to come and get that, and to do that, and then get the new faucet thing for the outside. But we have another faucet that's up here, so I bought a brand new hose so I can use this faucet, because he said I can't get the hose off, you know. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna figure whatever you're gonna do with that. But I got a brand new hose. I picked up some more little chick feed, their little starter feed, and so we have that. And then I redid the chicks, and I can't get up the courage to pick them up yet on my own and put them into another box. So their bedding got all wet, so I just put another big layer of bedding and then gave them fresh water. I got to go check them again when I get done here. Some more, and another feeder. We had another extra feeder. The other feeder is sitting outside, and it is cruddy. So I'm going to take a scrub brush and take it way down when I get my new hose hooked on. And I'm going to go way down here and then clean that for them, and then clean their water. I bought them 2 water, you know, where it's self-watering, you know. I bought a metal one today, but it's big, so it's too big for the container that the chicks are in right now. So I bought another smaller one, plastic one. But those things crack, and my husband, it was working fine. It's brand new. It was working fine, and we've had the chicks, it'll be Monday it will be 2 weeks. 2 weeks on Monday. Yeah, 2 weeks on Monday. And they're 3 weeks old. So, anyway, the watering can thing was working fine. But my husband gets rough with stuff because he doesn't want to do it. He's tired. Everything is because he's tired. So, it was working fine. And then when I got that episode, my husband did the chicks that one night. So, he watered them, and then that's the next morning when they didn't have no water. I think he cracked it, or I don't know what, but anyway, it didn't work, and it got the bed wet. So we had to put new bedding in there and get them comfortable again. This one could almost go a little more. This one is real good. We're gonna put this one in for another, let's say, about 1 minute. Let's do another 1 minute on this one. Okay. So I was telling you how I wanted to clean the top of my stove. So I did that. I cleaned the top of my stove. I took all the little, you know, the burner things apart and cleaned everything. And I had the film running, and I come back to the film and it had shut off and it didn't even run. So I was talking to you guys and nobody was there. But anyway, so I said, oh, I should make a video today. The house is nice and quiet. So that's why I decided to go on today. But yeah, it's just, you know, it's all just a process. So I'm really trying to get myself organized and get everything cleaned up for spring, kind of like a spring cleaning, like cleaning the closet and I did all these shelves yesterday, and I put a lot of stuff away so it doesn't look so clutter-bugged up when I video record from back there. And it looks much, this is hot, much nicer. Just trying to pull this skin off. It comes off real easy, but it's darn hot. So get that little eye out of there. So then what we're gonna do is just mash this up, which it mashes really nice, as you can see. These ones are my favorite, the sweet potato ones, because of course they're sweet, you know, and I'm just a sweet freak, you know, I just love sweets. And then I'm gonna make a potato one too, you know, because they're pretty tasty too, especially when you put a little something in it. So this, we're gonna just add some flour to it. It's a little on the hot side. Now, if I had better flour, I would add something else to it. Let's add a little bit of this. See how much we can. And then just, you know, add flour until it gets to a consistency like a dough. And then you really got something. I need to put so much flour in for this one little potato. I'm used to buying those big, gigantic potatoes, but I'm trying to cut back, so I've been buying smaller sweet potatoes. My husband doesn't like sweet potatoes, but so I always make me a sweet potato. I make him a regular when we're gonna have potato. Tonight I'm gonna put on some rice, so that's what I have to do too yet. Just put some rice on. Took out some flounder. I think it's flounder. Let me grab the other potato so I don't forget doing it. I'm good at that. I get off on another tangent and it's like, oh, I forgot that other potato in the microwave. Or my husband will come home and warm up coffee and he'll be like, what's this potato doing in the microwave? Is that for me? I'm being a little goofy today, but I feel a lot better than I did. Holy smokes. Holy smokes is right. Still feel a little dehydrated. So I'm going to use a little almond flour in here too. Not quite all regular flour. If I had buckwheat, I'd put that in there. That is a good flour. That tastes so good. Buckwheat flour. Not too much because I'm already getting there. Almost there. Still pretty hot too. I'm going to grab some rosemary. We're going to put a little rosemary in this one and the other regular potato. I love rosemary. It's my favorite. It is my favorite spice. That and mint tea. Mint. I grow a lot of mint. Make sure I got the right one. Rosemary, yeah. Put hot pepper in there or something, I'd be really in big trouble again. Yeah, so I can't have peppers, sunflowers. I can't have sunflower seeds or sunflowers. A lot of the seeds. seed stuff. Okay, maybe a little one more scoop of this, and then so I have yet to clean all of this. I got my onions all nice. I got yellow, white, and red. I got them all organized. Potatoes all nice and organized. Wine over here. And then I have all my cookbooks on the front row. And then I have a bunch of jars down below that shelf. And that is all like lentils and rice and black beans and all that kind of stuff. And I would really love to find a little more room in my pantry where I can take all of those jars out of there and make it make it nice and clean looking for summertime. All right, I think this will do it. It's gonna be perfect. So then what I do is I roll it in a log. I roll it in a long log when I'm ready to bake them or fry them or whatever. Roll it in a log and then cut equal sections after I roll it into a log. And that way you get your breads, your, you know, your little, what do you want to call them? Flat breads. You get them evenly, you know, so they all are consistent and the same size or so. So yeah. And yeah, and then I put parchment paper or wax paper in between the layers so they don't stick together when you put them in the freezer. So you put them in the freezer in a big Ziploc bag. And then, they get probably about that big, probably like a 6-inch or 7-inch, 6-inch, 7-inch, something like that. And they're really delicious. They're so good. And you don't have any sugar or any salt in these. But you still, of course, get the sugar from the carbohydrate, from the flour. So you still have to watch your sugar because flour turns to, you know, sugar, glucose, or whatever. Okay, and I think that's a pretty good consistency. And then when I roll it out into a ball, or in a log, I mean, I'll use a little more flour. So I think I'm going to leave this one like that. And we have the rosemary in there. So we'll leave that one. And now we just need another bowl to do this one, the regular potato, which we have to take off the skin as well. Whoo-hoo. This one's even hotter. Whew, baby, we'll let you cool. We'll get a bowl. How about that? Oh, you're hot. Too hot to handle. I have a lot of baking and cooking tonight. I'll be in the kitchen anyway because I'm making some, I think it's flounder I took out tonight, with rice. And then tomorrow night, well, maybe tomorrow night, I think we're going to do something. I don't know, maybe we'll go for a nice hike tomorrow. Or for, on the 5th is our anniversary. So we'll do something nice. I'm not in the mood to try to eat out yet. My husband ate out last night. He's like, I'm going to get something to eat. Do you want it? It's like, no. So we called the restaurant that he was going to order from. He wanted to get some walleye, some fish. And he said, I know you like it. I said, yeah. I said, the last couple times it bothered me a little. I said, I'm not going to do it. And so he's like, well, do you mind if I do? I said, no, go ahead. Because I didn't have time to do anything. I was messing with those chickens all afternoon, trying to figure out what the heck to do with them. And some other stuff, too. Working on my cameras and stuff. But anyway. anyway, yeah, it just, so he went ahead and he got walleye last night. And then he goes, well, what do you want to have? You want to get something out? I said, no, I'm not even in the mood to even try to eat out. I'm just not even going there. Might put some of this in here before it gets dry. Stick a little better. All right, so we have this other potato. Is there a skin? Oh, I did miss one. Sure did. Sure did. It'll give you a little fiber. That's all, right? Okay, so let's do a little flour for this one. And this one I'm just going to do regular flour. Let's get this show on the road here. I need to get moving. Time we got 2:30. I need to get some rice on. So I came home and I had, what did I have last night? What did I have last night? I had a tablespoon of peanut butter. I had a couple of, I have more than a couple actually, of saltine crackers with no salt. I had a couple of those. I'm trying to let this cool off. It's super hot before I get my hands in there. And then I had something else. What did I have? It was another protein, but I forget what it was. What did I have? I think it was tuna. I think I had tuna last night. I had tuna, and then I ate the tuna with crackers, and then I had a few crackers left, and then I had peanut butter with the other crackers. And I was really hungry when I woke up this morning, but I had to get busy and just go straight to the store to get the water situation figured out for the chicks, because, you know, they can't be without water. So I filled them up. Their little trough, I filled that up with water before I went. I put in a whole stack of bedding before I went, so they were comfortable, and they had feed. And they just had to wait for me to get back. And then they had water when I got back. I was like, oh, please, you know, they're so young, you know, I don't want them to lose them. I can't wait till they go outside, so a couple more weeks they'll be outside. That'll be nice. Don't worry about that mess in my garage. Just hope we can keep them and no predator gets them. We live on an acreage here, and we get, right now we're dealing with a groundhog that's hanging out by our sliding door. He lays out there and sunbathes. You should see him, you guys. He's big and chunky, and he lays out there like he's lounging. It's unreal. It's kind of hilarious in a way. I should actually video record him. My husband's like, I wish he's there and I can get a shot off on him. Like, I know. Yeah, so just incorporate all this, you know, just make sure that it's incorporated. It starts to feel like a dough, you know. Starts to feel pliable, feels like a dough. And I'm going to leave it a little bit on the, it's moist, so I'm going to leave it a little bit moist so that way when I go to roll it, I can use a little more flour and it'll be chef's kiss, perfect, right? I'm making more and more jobs for myself tonight, aren't I? It's all right, but you know what? I'll get to reap the rewards. And when I go to the freezer, I was like, what would I like to have today? Would I like to have a scone? Or would I like with tea? Oh, I love having tea. I wish I had more people that would love to have tea with me. I love to have tea. I have so many different flavors and kinds. And, or would I like to have a slice of sourdough with raisins? Or would I like to have a little lunch and have a little sweetbread with rosemary? Or would I like to have a regular potato flatbread with rosemary? Which one would I prefer? So I have some things to choose from is what I'm trying to say, right? So we're going to put things away and we're going to get our rice cooker out. I'll move you guys over we'll do the rice, and then I'm going to, well, right now I think I'm going to bring up the potatoes. Since we have all the food kind of out of the way, I'm going to put something down here. We're going to cut the potatoes that we're going to plant. Let me get those going. You can see how bad a shape these are that sit there for I don't know how many weeks it was. Oh my God. I almost think, I don't want to say it, but I almost think, and I thought it was their potatoes, the renter guy's potatoes. I almost think it was like, no, maybe like August of last year. These potatoes sit there and grew eyes. And they didn't really get rotted. They're just now starting to rot because I need to get them outside. And my house is warmer than over there. So that's why it's like, it's a little bit early, maybe a week early than what we should plant. But you know what? They're potatoes, darn it. And I'm going to put them in the ground. Okay, let me find a piece of, what can I put down? That's no good. Roll this stuff up. I'm going to find a little, I really don't want plastic. I don't want to use anything good. And let me go get my paper. Let me just do it right. Do it the right way. Otherwise, you're going to do it the wrong way. Just grab the whole thing. I love having all of my paper wrapped up like this, or folded up, and then I just pull it when I want to do projects like this, or when I want to do, like, start a fire outside. I have it all ready to go. So I love doing that. And I haven't had to fold any for such a long time because it's been too windy around here to make a fire, but I need to make a fire. So I'm going to burn off a whole bunch of old paperwork. But it's been too windy. And I think it's caused from like, all the chemicals they put in the atmosphere. You know, the weather is getting worse and worse with the wars and stuff. My sons think I'm crazy thinking that way, but I do. Because when I was younger, we didn't have wind like this for days. It didn't happen. There's a lot of things that go on now. When we were younger, this stuff didn't happen. I almost said a bad word. Okay. We got little pieces today, huh? All the bigger pieces. Oh, here. This one will do us. Yeah. Okay. Very good, very good. Here's the potatoes. Let's see what we're going to do with these. I have a whole old flower pot, and I put a paper towel in the bottom, and we're going to be putting them in there. I want to put that on the counter. These, I just want to, like this one is about, I'm going to plant it just like that. It's about done for. And we're going to take a knife. And what we want to do is see if we can get more than one start off of this. Like this one. This is far enough away from these other three. Let me scoot down a little bit. Or bring you guys this way where the light is. How about that? Sounds better. I'm going to pull you up. Okay, so like we have these three here, but then I can cut it right here. And then put this one in the ground this way, and then put this one in the ground this way. So I'll get two off of there, right? So that's what we'll do there. And now this one, look, it has them at the top and at the bottom. So we're just going to cut it in half, and we'll plant them both like that. So there. And then this one has two. It's two. This one. Don't want to cut off your leafy part though. That's the part that's going to come up above the ground. Oh, look at that one. We'll plant that one just like that. And then this one is just a one. This one we might be able to get two. Yep, right through here. They don't smell the greatest either, let me tell you, but be great for planting. This one is just a 1. And this one is just a 1. So get rid of this disgusting bag. Get rid of all of this disgusting stuff. Make sure our knife gets in the sink. And then see, you can just roll everything up and you still have a real nice clean counter. So I love doing that for like peeling potatoes or peeling carrots or whatever. And then you have a clean surface. Okay, I'm going to set these by the back door so I know I gotta go do it. And then I'm gonna move you guys over this way. Oops, sorry. And we're going to, don't mind my kitchen here, it's kind of, get that in the sink. Rinse our hands off. I'm gonna go find the rice cooker. You get that rice cooker. We'll start some rice. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Here's the rice cooker. And rice. Okay, got rice. Got rice cooker. We had a rice cooker for such a long time, just like this. It lasted forever, but started getting funky. So I put it in my shop for, we're not gonna use that, so put it in my shop for melting wax if I want to make candles. Okay, I'll do that. So it's 2 parts water, 1 part rice. So we're gonna do, you gotta measure this out if you want perfect rice. So we're gonna do 2 cups of water. Perfect. Wonder if I should do more than that. 2 cups of water. Should I do 4? And 2 cups. It swells up so much. I think I'm just gonna do. Let's see how much this looks like. That's what I usually do. 2 parts. 2 cups of water, 1 cup of rice. Because I don't like making anymore. Since my son is not here, I don't cook enough to have leftovers anymore. I cook enough for a meal for me and my husband, and we were throwing away so much after he left because we are still cooking big, you know? And 1 cup of rice, plenty, 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 plenty. Okay, and then while I go and do the potatoes, plant the potatoes, this can cook. So we're going to put it on, make sure this is clean. Yeah, it is clean. A little bit. Okay, and then we're going to put it on cook, not on warm. And then I'm also going to put something underneath of it because my son has a countertop like this, and his, just to tell you in case you guys have a countertop like this, I forget what this is called. But anyway, the seam started coming apart because he had a hot thing on there, right on it. So I'm going to put something underneath it. I'm going to actually use my little tray. A metal tray. Kind of protect it a little bit. I don't want it under my cupboards though, when I set it out here. Okay, so we made a little bit of dishes today. So flounder, that's what we're having tonight. Wild caught flounder. And it has 80 calories for 4 ounces. So this, and it serves 4. So we're just gonna go ahead and cook the whole package though. My husband will eat more than 1 piece of fish, always, you know. So And then there may be a little piece of fish left over that I can have for lunch tomorrow. Because I'm always looking for stuff that's healthy that I can have. So I don't mind making a little bit more fish. So and the only thing that read your ingredients, the only thing that it has is the actual fish. Contains fish flounder, only the fish. Wild caught. Okay, let's wash our hands. I got this new eucalyptus soap on Amazon. And it smells so good. I love eucalyptus and mint, but they have this one, eucalyptus and cedar hand soap, deep cleaning. It's actually for men, but it smells good. And so I wanted it for my kitchen. I think the bottle looks cool too. So I got that one for my kitchen. I was using this one, this white musk, and this smells amazing too. I got this one at Kohl's. I love buying these. They always have them on sale like this time of year. And I buy like 6 or 8 of them. I'm always giving them to my daughter-in-law, and she rolled her eyes at me the last time. So you know what? She doesn't get any more. Like why? You know, like I brought you something nice, you know, along with some other things. But she's always, I don't know, rolls her eyes at whatever I buy her. So I don't think she likes anything I get her, but oh well. It's going to be slim pickings here pretty soon. Okay, we're going to go out and, since it's still rolling, I'm going to let it go. Let me how many minutes? I might have to put this into a 2-part. Yeah, because we're already over an hour 30. Okay, so I'm going to go for now, and then maybe I can record out there when I plant my potatoes. So like and subscribe, and I'd love to have you around and be my friend. So we'll see you all real soon. Bye for now.